You don't need more sunshine. You need to understand how vitamin D actually works in the body. Let's clear something up. Most people think vitamin D is just about bone health or getting outside more. But what if I told you it plays a far deeper role in hormone optimization, or testosterone metabolism, or even hormone resilience, and even genetic expression? In today's video, we'll walk through the 5 burning questions I get about vitamin D. We'll cover the difference between 25-OH and 1,25-dihydroxyforms, and how it modulates aromatase and even testosterone, why pairing it with K2 and magnesium is essential, and how it ties into everything from mood to mitochondria. So let's break it down. What's the difference between 25-OH and 1,25-dihydroxyvitamin D? Here's what most people don't realize. The vitamin D that you get from supplements isn't ready to go. It's like crude oil. It needs to go through multiple refining steps before it becomes clean, high-octane fuel for the body to actually use. The first step happens in the skin, where UVB rays convert cholesterol to cholecalciferol, or vitamin D3. Think of this like extracting crude oil. It's raw and unrefined. Then it travels to the liver, where it acts in the first refinery. Here, it's converted into 25-hydroxyvitamin D, or the storage form. It's like turning the crude oil into diesel. It's usable in some engines, but not ideal for precision work. This is the form we typically test in blood work. Finally, the kidneys, and some immune cells for that, run the last and most important refinery. They convert it into 1,25-dihydroxyvitamin D. This is the active hormone. This is the unleaded fuel. It's refined, efficient, and ready to power up your cellular machine. It binds onto your receptors and influences everything from calcium absorption to testosterone regulation and even the immune control. Each step in this process depends on cofactors like magnesium, as well as the health of your liver and your kidneys. So just because your diesel levels look good doesn't mean that you've got unleaded performance. So how does vitamin D influence testosterone and aromatase? Let's zoom out and picture your body's hormone system as a military communication network. The hypothalamus is like the control center. It sends a signal to your pituitary, or the general. The general then gives the orders to the troops, targeting your hormone-producing glands. And in men, this includes the testes, which are responsible for testosterone production. Vitamin D helps make sure that the control centers are charged and clear. It strengthens the signal from the hypothalamus to the pituitary and boosts luteinizing hormone, and the command is to make more testosterone. If vitamin D is low, that signal cracks, the general mumbles, the troops stall, testosterone production suffers. It also steps as a regulator of aromatase, which is the enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogen. And with sufficient vitamin D, aromatase is kept in check, maintaining a healthier testosterone and estrogen ratio, which is both critical in men and women. So when low testosterone symptoms start to creep up, you get things like brain fog, fatigue, low mood. It may not be just a production issue. Sometimes the communication system just needs a stronger signal. That's where vitamin D can help. Another question I get is, why should vitamin D be taken with vitamin K2 and magnesium? This is one of the most important clinical pearls, and most people miss this. Vitamin D increases calcium absorption, which is great, unless the calcium ends up in your arteries instead of your bones. That's where vitamin K2 comes in. K2 helps direct calcium to the right tissue, like your bones and teeth, and keeps it out of the wrong ones, like your arteries and soft tissue. Magnesium is just as essential. It's a cofactor in converting vitamin D into its active form. Without enough magnesium, vitamin D metabolism starts to slow down and supplementation becomes far less effective. So together, they work as a team. Vitamin D pulls in calcium. K2 tells it where to go. Magnesium makes sure the system runs smoothly. The fourth question I get is, what role does vitamin D play in immune health and chronic fatigue? Vitamin D regulates immune signaling by influencing T cells, dendritic cells, and cytokine expression. Low levels are associated with higher rates of autoimmune disease, poor infection control, and yes, chronic fatigue. It acts almost like an immune modulator or a calming inappropriate immune responses while enhancing frontline defenses. Patients with recurring viral infections like Epstein-Barr or general immune suppression often benefit from optimizing vitamin D levels. From a mitochondrial standpoint, vitamin D plays a role in reducing oxidative stress and improving mitochondrial efficiency. And when the mitochondria perform better, so does your baseline energy. This is why it is often part of a foundational stack for patients with burnout, fatigue, or long-haul recovery. The fifth question I get is, how does genetics, like VDR polymorphism, change how we process vitamin D? This is where things get interesting and frustrating for some patients. When your body needs vitamin D to dock into the receptor of your cells, this is called your VDR or your vitamin D receptor. Think of VDR like a satellite dish. If the dish is clear and well tuned, the signal, or your circulating vitamin D, comes in strong and your body receives its instructions clearly. But some people have what we call VDR polymorphism. It's a tiny genetic tweak that makes the satellite dish less responsive. Even when your blood levels look fine, the signal isn't being received properly. It's like trying to stream an HD video with a spotty internet connection. The content is there, but the experience is lagging. These patients may need a stronger broadcast signal. That means aiming for higher circulating levels of vitamin D and ensuring optimal levels of magnesium, zinc, and K2. In some cases, they may also benefit from mitochondrial support, like your CoQ10 or PQQ, and even some adaptogens that support downstream pathways. If your D levels are normal, but your fatigue, brain fog, and immune dysfunction persists, it's time to check the satellite system. Vitamin D is not just a vitamin. It's a hormone, an immune modulator, a genetic activator, and a critical player in testosterone metabolism. Testing only 25 OH vitamin D is not enough. You need to understand the bigger picture: cofactors, genetic expressions, immune tone, and even the hormonal balance. Think of vitamin D as part of your endocrine support stack, especially if you're doing hormone therapy or treating fatigue, even inflammation or immune dysfunction. It's one of the lowest cost, high leverage tools in functional medicine. So let me know in the comments what your vitamin D levels are and whether or not you pair it with K2 and magnesium. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more clinical deep dives on performance medicine.